Boss, that's the 5th time in a row that Burnley have won at this football ground. It was your first time that you've beaten them. How does it feel?
I think relief, to be honest with you, Grabbers. Obviously, it was on my mind quite a bit before the game over the last couple of days in terms of coming to this stadium, and I realised the rivalry and probably what what our fans want, and that pressure was there. Of course, it was taken aside. We're coming here to want to win the game because of what we want to do this year. I sense more to the point was leaving here with 3 points and getting a win, and that was a be-all and end-all today. I thought it was a scrappy game. I think that's probably fair to say. I thought both sides huffed and puffed a little bit, and probably the game lacked a little bit of quality. We took our moment, which was a lovely goal, probably very similar to the goal we scored against Sheffield United. Worked it well. Bash executes a cross and we get a finish. And then after that, this group have had to dig and go to places where they needed to go, and for such a young group, that's what it makes me very proud of this group, because they seem to be able to go to places which are uncomfortable, and I've been there and I often reference it. I've been in the arena many times, and yeah, them places are hard to go sometimes, the inner self and what the pressure you come under. This group at this moment in time, for such a young group, can go there, and that's what makes me immensely proud of them.
Some fantastic game management,
yeah.
I think it's called, and a real unit, a team, a togetherness about it all, wasn't there?
Yeah, perfection, that's what I say, and that's exactly it. Like, it's that side of the game for such a young group. They've got nous about them. There's something about them which, and obviously it's down to everyone, all of us, in terms of what we're trying to create here. And they're just rock solid in certain moments, and we lack in certain moments, of course we do, but I don't think you can hide away from the fact that this group, I think, represented that fan base today, represented us as a football club, every single one of them, subs included, when they stepped on that field and gave absolutely everything and did what they had to do to get out of here with 3 points.
60 minutes on the clock, cometh the hour, cometh Zian. It was some goal, wasn't it? What did you think of the goal itself, and how did it make you feel? Yeah,
it was a lovely goal, really well worked goal. Spoke, at half time about trying to gain a little bit of control where the game was going a bit scrappy in certain moments, and it was always going to be defined on a fine margin. When we got into that moment, can we execute? Can we be clinical? And we was. Flem takes up a lovely position. Ball's on the money for him, and then he needs to finish it, and he did that really. So yeah, my general feeling was absolutely delighted. Still a lot of time on the clock, knew that there was still legs in the game, but like a lot of times this year, this team have showed a resolve that they can see out a game.
The Sky Sports team were here today, and pretty much every one of them was saying that they can't believe how many clean sheets that Burnley have actually got this season. I don't get bored of asking you about it. I'm sure you don't get bored about talking about it.
No, I don't, and I get that probably that side of the game's probably not the most glamorous side, and people probably don't want to reference that side, but it's pretty astonishing to think what this group have done, and us as a group and us as a team, what we've done in terms of the goals. So not so many goals we conceded, how solid we look. Often reference it, this is not just a back unit, this is a whole team. We can go to places what we need to go to as a unit. We're organised, we're diligent, we protect our goal, and for that, it gives us a foundation. That was the game today, to be honest with you. This game was the reason we get out of here with 3 points was because of the bedrock of a defensive unit which we've got. It gives you a chance to win games. Now, of course, there's other elements that we need to start. We need to keep working on. We've come out of an absolute mammoth schedule, and I felt over probably the last 2 games we've probably seen some signs of that. These boys have showed huge commitment, all of us, over this period with some real tough fixtures, and yeah, they've done me immensely proud. I often say that as a coach, I've been a coach now for some time. When you stand on that touchline there, if there's one thing that you just want to guarantee is that there's a group of honest men that will absolutely run through a brick wall for the shirt, and every single player here does that. And for that, I have nothing but commend them for.
Just before I do wrap it up, I have to ask you about the new number 35. I recognise his face when he came in through the door. Yeah. Ashley Barnes, that happened very quickly, didn't it?
It did, yeah. It happened really quickly. Pleased and delighted to have Ashley back with us. It's a young group that probably need his experience and his nous a little bit, as well as his quality. But Ashley now will help us, help me, help them other senior boys in the group to probably these young players who are experiencing things and being in environments which are pretty new to them. That experienced head, what has seen, done it and been there, worn a t-shirt, can probably put a bit of perspective and certainly some education around it, really.
After another great win, we can all enjoy the weekend now, can't we?
We can, and more importantly our fans can, and that's why I'm delighted that our travelling supporters today, I realise I've been here a long time. I know how important that was to get the bragging rights. I realised that they were absolutely outstanding today. From the minute we walked out onto this pitch for the warm-up, it sent a little shiver down my spine. It was hostile, and I felt that we made it every bit of that. Our supporters made it every bit of that. And I'm just delighted that they're going tonight happy. We're all happy, and they have the bragging rights again for a little while.